Oh, I do. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the house that dripped blood. We have Lee and Steven and Alex and me. Whoa. And we will be discussing the great movie with a lot of great people. Just a cast of amazing cast of people. And so what do you what all right, first of all, I'm going to ask all of you guys, what is your favorite vignette in this 4-part movie? Let's start with Stephen Price, please.
My favourite part is Jon Pertwee scene where he's been given a cloak or like a Dracula cape, and it turns him into like a psychopath. That's my favourite scene.
All right. And Lee, what's your favorite scene?
I've got quite a few favourite scenes. I like Elliot's voyage into madness in the first story. Peter Cushing's, shall we say, his visit to the waxworks, and he notices the waxwork was totally like his ex-girlfriend. And
big eyes. Okay, so Lee stepped out again. Alex, what's your favorite bit out of the 4?
Probably have to say Jon Pertwee. He does look like Doctor Who. He was Doctor Who. All he needed was a brigadier, and you'd be confused if it was a Doctor Who episode or not. A lot of it is good. I've seen better Hammer Horror, but this was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. And it's funny how they're all connected, and then the surprise ending in a way, too.
Yeah, I liked the bit where I love how vulnerable Christopher Lee was in his bit with the little girl. Because I mean, he didn't act like Dracula or any of the other characters that he played. He acted like this man who was being, tortured by a little girl. Anyway, that bit was cool. So, let's see, what do we got for what do you like about the cast? Tell me where you find, like, do you like the cast? Oh wait, here's Brian. Brian, what was your favorite part of the 4-part vignettes?
Everything.
You like the whole movie?
Yes, I did.
Did you like Christopher Lee being tortured by a little girl?
A little bit disturbing.
Okay, how about the bit where the guy ends up strangling his imaginary friend, ends up strangling him and his wife?
That was I didn't find anything scary with that. I mean, I'm mostly used to that with like a couple other horror flicks, so I'm mostly used to like the type of stuff within other horror flicks.
All right. And did you like Jon Pertwee and Ingrid Pitt?
Yes, I did. That I mostly enjoyed a little bit the most because Jon Pertwee, man, it's the Doctor. Yeah. So I pretty much enjoyed that story a lot, and it's vampires. So vampires are cool. So yeah. And the thing I really like the most of that story is they had a little cameo of Betsy, the car, the Third Doctor's car in it.
Yeah. Alex
Yeah,
said it.
so
Alex said if there was a brigadier in it, it would have been like perfect, right?
No.
yep.
Anyway,
I mean, this is before he actually was the Doctor, right? It's like 2 years before he was the Doctor.
So really, it wasn't a cameo of Bessie then, was it?
No, I'm just saying that I wasn't saying a cameo, but it's the same brand and type of car that Betsy
Yes,
was.
yeah, Bessie. Yeah, it was a
And
similar.
also, it was the same color too. So
what did you think of what was the second one? What was the second one, Lee?
Waxworks.
wax house.
The Waxworks. Oh yeah,
Waxworks.
Peter Cushing.
Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing's story. I actually, I liked it. The thing I would find the most creepy about it is wax dummies. Not really big fan of wax dummies a little bit, because if all there is statues, wax painted statues, and just it's a little bit creepy.
Why are you on our casts then?
Oh,
What?
are we all wax dummies?
No, just a little bit creepy and bizarre seeing wax dummies all the time. Like whenever you would be at a wax museum, that is, and everything. So, but yeah, all the stories I absolutely loved. Jon Pertwee's story the most, because Jon Pertwee, the Doctor, and everything. But yeah, I love the movie. I found it interesting, and I found it interesting that each part of the movie had its own separate story, like an individual story for each part of the movie with well-known actors, and within the first part, it's Marcus from Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He's the writer. The horror writer and everything. I had to look that up, and it was Marcus from Indiana Jones. So it was
the late great Denham Elliott.
Yep. So all the stories are great. So I absolutely love them.
Cool. What were you going to say, Stephen?
Vincent Price was offered the role, one of the roles, but he was unable to accept because he was under contract to American International Pictures.
Oh.
And I bet you'd have been the Jon Pertwee part that he was.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And you know, in Jon Pertwee's story, whenever like a few scenes within the movie, he actually looked like the Third Doctor, like with his costume and everything, like the cape and like his actual suit that he would always that he wore in the movie. He actually looked like the Third Doctor in a couple points.
So, what were you going to say, Stephen, about?
Yeah, about Vincent Price assault.
Oh, okay. And Lee, do you have anything more to add about all the vignettes that you liked?
Well, as I say, I mean, I love these anthology movies. As I say, I don't think we get enough of these. They were really big in the 70s, these anthology movies, and it's good to know that this was written by what was it, Robert Bloch, who wrote Psycho. So yeah, but I didn't know that until I read the back of the DVD.
What?
Robert Bloch wrote the stories.
I thought Hitchcock did Psycho.
No, he directed Psycho.
Oh wait, this guy wrote like the script and everything for the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
This-
okay.
But as I say, for the title of The House That Dripped Blood, did we see any blood in any of the 4 stories? I know what Stephen Price is going to say. That he thinks he saw some blood on Jon Pertwee's fangs.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
But apart from that, there was no blood whatsoever in any of the 4 stories.
No. 2 of them were based in wax, like the
Yeah. It's not a gory film. It's a good, scary, suspenseful film. As you say, you've got Christopher Lee with the voodoo story, brilliant. You say Denham Elliott with his trip into madness and being I say Jon Pertwee and Peter Cushing. You can't do anything wrong with those 2. It's just a good. I mean, this was produced by is it the Amicus Productions, which was the sort of rival at the time to Hammer House Productions. I mean, this film company did make some really good horror movies of the day. So if you're out there looking up Amicus, House That Dripped Blood's one of them, and there's a few more out there. Brilliant movies.
Is one similar, like Tales from the Crypt, the Peter Cushing?
Yeah.
We'll select some more stories in it.
Yeah. It's just a good thing. You get 4 different stories, but they've all got one thing in common. They all lived in the house at one time or another.
What was the one, perhaps you can help me with this, perhaps it was Tales from the Crypt, where he's on a train and he's telling each passenger he's in the compartment with, telling him a story. Is that Tales from the Crypt?
Is that Doctor? Is that Doctor Terror's house?
Doctor Terror's. That was it.
Yeah, but that's a good one as well. But it's brilliant. It's brilliantly done. As I say, you've got a lot of well-known faces in them. Seen as well Doctor Who fans from Doctor Who stories. I mean, the first story you've got Tom Adams in there, who played the sea-based captain in Warriors of the Deep for a Peter Davison story. He was playing the killer in the first story in this movie.
Dominic, not Richard.
Yeah.
Dominic. Because Richard wasn't Richard. Richard was Dominic.
Yes. You've also got the brilliant Joss Ackland playing opposite Peter Cushing in this as his friend. Joss Ackland in his day. I mean, he's been in many movies. Brilliant actor. But yeah, I love this. I can't get enough of these type of movies. I just love these sort of 1970s. They're not real scary, but they do the job.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 iconic horror actors in this one, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
So it does it for me.
And Jon Pertwee actually, acting a different role, but looking exactly the same.
So, yes, exactly. And you can see why this was filmed in 1970, the year he started filming Doctor Who as well. But this was done just before he became the Doctor, but this was released in 1971 in the theatres.
Between his first two series.
Yeah. But you can see, as Brian says, you can see with the costume he was wearing, it's just the Doctor with fangs.
Yep. So, I really love Ingrid Pitt too, because she was in a bunch of Doctor Who stuff, and she's just super pretty, super exotic because of her accent and her look, her eyes and stuff, and I just think that's just really amazing. And I really enjoyed the the fourth part of this. How would you is there anything that you guys didn't like about it?
Not really. No, I mean,
No.
I love all the stories within the film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could have done any better than they did. This.
No, I agree. All right, so let's rate this because that's what we do on Geeks Assembled is we rate things
Really.
and we rate. So Brian, since you were the last one in, go ahead and do final words and just you can talk about it and give it a rating, please.
Me a rating? Okay. Well, judging by me actually enjoying this movie and liking all four stories within the film, I would probably have to give this movie a 10 out of 10. So I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Lee, what did you think?
Four brilliant stories with one connection, the house, that drip blood, of course. Brilliant actors, Cushing, Lee, Pertwee, Elliot, Ingrid Pitt, as you say. Wonderful vampire she, as she always was. Yeah, it's gonna get a 10. It's a classic for me. 10.
All right. And Alex, what did you think?
I mean, it is a good movie. There's a little bit of surprise. Yeah, like I said, there's other ones. I wish I could get the whole collection and just be able to watch it and compare. Funny enough, there was independent stations on Massachusetts where they showed it either midnight to 4 o'clock, and then there was an independent station that bought the old Danger Mouse cartoons from the 80s and 90s, and they actually showed a few movies. And it's funny, they actually had an announcement where they said, get your VCRs ready because this is the first and the last time. And now they didn't give you any warning before. It's like 10 minutes before. They said, we're going to play some Danger Mouse, and then we're going to have Hammer Horror, and that's it. But they're gone now. Everything is so samey with the television, the same studios, the same product. Can barely see anything different.
So what would you give it?
I'd give it probably an 8, and probably should have a 10 because of the cast.
All right, thanks. Stephen, what did you think?
Great stories, great actors. Gets a 10 from me.
Cool. Well, for me, yes, go ahead, Lee.
I've just remembered there was a little in joke. The name of the estate agent who was selling the house, Mr. Stoker.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Little in joke.
Little in joke there. Carry on, Susan.
All right. That's the new Carry On movie. It's called Carry On, Susan. I'm just kidding. Let's give this I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10. Fantastic. I love it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for Jon Pertwee. Okay. Because I love him, and I'm really glad that we are doing these horrible, scary things for Halloween and for Geeks Assembled. And thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for rating. Thanks everybody for being in the cast. Please like and subscribe and share widely, everybody, everywhere you can. And and then come back tomorrow, because tomorrow there's going to be even more good stuff on our channel. So thank you. Have a great day.